It's very simple. It's, well, they're having success. I want success. So therefore, I should look at that because I talked to somebody who's actually doing it, right? So, Andrea, I've got a question for you. Interesting circumstance that happens from time to time. I want to see how you handle this. So, you have a client who's done a lot of due diligence into multiple brands, has narrowed it down to one brand. They're deep, serious, right? Then all of a sudden, something flashes across their attention, maybe on social media or somewhere where there's a flashy, glamorous brand that, now they want to take a look at it. Where do you start with that?
It's hard, and it happens. And so I was at a cocktail party, so-and-so bought this, and it's sort of that FOMO, like what if I missed something, right? You didn't present these. And I think where I always go back to with clients is our process is not initially about just picking a brand. It's about matching, right? And so we're really diving into the client and we're trying to figure out, what are they good at? What do they like doing? What do they not like doing? How much time do they want to invest? How much money do they want to invest? So there's a lot of work that goes into that initial process where we're taking the client through to figure out, how do we sort of match you to a business? Because we always talk about the fit versus passion of a business. I find that the people that come back and they're like, it's more of a passion play, they're still thinking about it, or it just seems a shinier object. It sounds more exciting. Because we always say boring businesses do really well, and it's hard as you're going through it. So I always kind of go back to, what is the business you're looking at that's missing, that's making you want to look at this business? I think that's really important first. Is there something missing that's not right about this current business? If it is, then we have more information to recalibrate and look for business versus jump to just the shiny new object that we think maybe sounds good on paper, but it might not be good on paper. We've already gone through what makes sense for you and mapped that out. I don't know that maybe this business is great, but we need to figure out what's not working as part of the business you're already evaluating. You're pretty far along. That's really more important. It's that matching process that we have to keep going back to. Anything to add to that, Kris?
Yeah, I think that's right. And it's interesting because it is all about the criteria that we've agreed upon together with our client, that this is what you're looking for in a business, right? Then they go to that cocktail party, they meet somebody who's done really well with a different franchise. And what I think happens is all the criteria that they're looking for that's right for them, that goes out the window.
Yeah.
And it becomes very simple. And there's the sexiness and glamour of maybe brands, but also it's very simple. It's, well, they're having success. I want success. So therefore, I should look at that because I talked to somebody who's actually doing it, right? But if we just scratch the surface a little bit, we can start to realize, yeah, that couple you met at the cocktail party, they are doing really well. But they're working it both together and collectively putting in 60 hours a week. Now, we talked about you only having at the max 20 hours a week and no spousal involvement. It's a big difference, right? Yeah. And this business is really heavy in sales, so heavy in fact that there's probably going to be some cold calling. We talked about how you're getting out of your comfort zone even if we provide warm leads. Cold calling is out of the question. So if you start to scratch the surface and get into boxes that had to be checked and why we were looking at what we were looking at and why they got serious about that one brand, I like that analogy. It's FOMO, and all the rationale just goes out the window, and it's just like, they're having success. I want success. Let's look at that. Right. So yeah, you're spot on.